Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth session of the third edition of International E-Commerce Day. I'm Valentin Radu, the CEO of Omniconvert. In this session, I'm going to talk to you about how artificial intelligence is going to change totally the landscape of e-commerce till 2020 and so on. Before starting, I'm just going to say thanks to my great crew here at Omniconvert, to Alex, to Ioana, to Ionuț, to Eugene, to Raluca, which is downstairs with Radu and Irina and all the other guys. So let's get this started. Just a second to push the right buttons. So, yep, here we go. How artificial intelligence is going to change the e-commerce landscape till 2020. So before starting, let me tell you a few things about myself. I'm Valentin Radu. I'm the CEO and the founder of Omniconvert. I'm a serial entrepreneur from Bucharest, Romania, where I'm currently living together with my great wife and 2 kids and 1 dog and a new entry, which is a cat, which is called Aziz, like in The Fifth Element. I founded 4 companies so far, 1 good exit and 1 painful failure and 2 running. 30 years ago, before, I think I was 7 years old at that time, 30 years ago, things were totally different than they are right now. So if we can recall this guy, which is Will Smith, yeah, that was his haircut at that moment. We were actually, all the humanity was looking at totally different things than Facebook and Google and internet and all the other stuff. So mainly it was a moment where people were listening to music while they were using Walkmans and all the other devices, these crazy devices that you need to keep in your pocket. And in 1987, the 386 from Compaq was smashing the market. We've got lots of things that weren't working like they are right now, and we weren't imagining at that time how we are gonna evolve and how the new era is gonna come after us, the era of information, which is about to finish, and we are gonna get to a new era, which is called the era of knowledge. So let's take a look at how the e-commerce was doing it in 1999. So that was Amazon website. It was August 27 in 1999. They were stating these things about how secure it is, and they weren't having so high traffic, but they were there. They were in the market. At that time, there were pets.com as well, and other players in the e-commerce, but things weren't looking so bright as they've turned out to be for Amazon. And in 2016, after 17 years from that time, we can see an article from eMarketer that it's stating that the worldwide retail e-commerce sales will reach almost 2 trillion, and by 2020, and that means 4 years from that moment, they're gonna double. So mainly they will top 4 trillion by 2020. So it's clear that the behavior of the humans is changing a lot. So mainly we need to take into account this side of e-commerce, of technology, and also what is stated here that Business Insider states that till 2050, according to a survey to experts at a recent AI conference, it's clear that any intellectual task a human can perform, the AI can perform. So mainly we have these trends, and we need to take into account what's going on with our businesses and where we are at this present moment. Maybe things are not going to be as slow as we think they will go. So let's take a look at how the e-commerce world is doing right now. So what's going on right now in the e-commerce world? So what we need to know is that in order to connect the customers with the right products, the e-commerce vendors, that means all the marketers, advertising, all the people which are in this huge industry, have invested 108 billion US dollars in 2016. But after they've invested it, more than a half of it, it was a waste. So mainly 60 billion US dollars were jointly lost in 2016 alone. So mainly the numbers are incredible. So we are wasting a lot of the world's resources to connect the products with the customers. So what does it mean? So how are we doing this right now? So there are like 3 abilities that all the e-commerce websites are now using. So we have the ability to track, to understand, and to adapt. We have the ability to track the users, the behavior, as you've seen in the previous presentation from Eli from UPRA. We have all these abilities to use various tools to track lots of metrics and lots of KPIs, and to see how the users are doing, how the products are performing, what are the results, what is the feedback from all the outcomes that we are having. Also, we have the ability to understand. So we have the ability not only to check how many users are on our website, but how they are interacting with our content, how they are behaving, if we are changing the ad keywords or whatever. And also we have the ability to understand now what's keeping them from converting, what kind of barriers do they have. And the last ability is the ability to adapt. So that's the last ability that it was undervalued and it was underperforming till right now. So mainly we have to adapt the offers, the advertisements, the emails, all the channels that we are communicating according to the behavior of the user. So mainly it is like an infinite loop that we are doing. We track what's going on, we understand, we decrypt, we get insights from that, and also we adapt. These are the 3 abilities, and let's take a look at how we are getting all this data. So if we look at the customers, we can get first-party data. We can have customers' name, address, number of orders, average order value, lifetime value, days since the first or the last transaction. We have lots of data that we can get about our customers, how they are interacting with certain product. But this data is like a silo. So mainly the e-commerce websites are having this data into their CRM systems, you name it, even if it's Shopify, PrestaShop, Magento, BigCommerce, you name it. So we have all this data somewhere, and we are tracking this data right now, but it's like we are sitting on a big data that we don't know how to use properly, and we are not grabbing the insights properly from it. Also, we have real-time data. So we have the geolocation, like city, country, weather conditions, the technology, on what kind of device they are connected, how they are interacting with our content. Like we are tracking the behavior, how much time do they stay, this is the first or the last visit, what's the amount of products that they have in their shopping cart, or from which kind of sources do they come. But we are not unifying this, as Eli stated before. And also we have third-party data. Like we can have access to a huge amount of data regarding their demographics, their hobbies, their interests, what type of content that they are consuming, what is the degree of affinity with a certain brand or another. And all these data are right now separated somewhere. And of course, we are communicating to 3 main channels. Let's say we have the known audience, we have emails, and we automate emails based on their behavior. We also have advertising, and we empower e-commerce website to deliver personalized ads in real time. We have all these things. And also we have the website, which has A/B testing. You can deploy survey questionnaires, or you can recommend the products. And mainly through these 3 channels, we are using the data that we previously tracked. But the problem is that we manually track the website behavior, the product performance, and the lifetime value. And also, we are right now using our abilities as human beings. So we are sitting in some meeting rooms and we try to understand the emotional triggers. We try to understand huge amount of data, and we try to understand or to identify unseen patterns that will generate growth. And at the end, we try to adapt. We try to adapt the merchandising. So we try to push certain products because we have some rules, we have some targets, and we have our strategy as a company. We try to adapt the pricing according to what's going on with the competitors. We try to manually build the sliders and push them in our homepage, hoping and dreaming that this is going to change the outcome of our website. And also we have the manually producers, the guys which are producing manually lots of banners and setting ad campaigns, hoping that their work is actually useful. And at the end, we spray and pray. So we have this advertising methodology that we are having a huge amount of assortment and products, and we try to match the profiles of the users with the products. But we don't have any insight regarding this. So mainly we do this without knowing what we're doing. So when we target someone on Facebook, we have these targeting rules like hit only men from California and blah, blah, blah with their interest. But we don't know if they are actually interested about our product or not. And that's the state of what's going on right now. But these times are about to end because it's a lot of manual work and it's very hard to produce, and it's a thing that is not scalable in the long term. And the AI, as I've told you before, is catching up. So we have AIs that beat the world's best player at Go and at chess, and mainly we have all these machines that could learn for themselves to improve all the processes and all the outcomes that we are looking for. To make a small statement here, I think what's important is to take into account that the single parameter that we are giving to our technologies, to our AI technology, is the profit. And I think we should take care about this aspect, because it's not only the profit. So it's not like we are sitting on a planet which is unlimited. So it has unlimited resources. It has unlimited sustainability. We have other factors that we need to take into account, not only the profit and not only the ability to generate financial outcomes. But focusing here a bit, let's take a look at the several levels of using the online consumer's behavior. So the first level was no data, no understanding, and no personalization. So we have, like, right now there are like 10% of the current e-commerce startups which are not using all these insights, and also Amazon, but back in 1999. The second level is we grab data. So we have big data somewhere, we have all these things, but we are not tracking it accordingly. We don't understand it. And of course, there's no personalization. We still have the spray and pray approach. And this is currently used by bricks and mortar websites that just landed online and mid-level e-commerce websites with no skilled data scientists. So mainly they are tracking, but they don't know what to do with all this amount of data. The third level is you have the big data and you can manually understand the quantitative and qualitative data. So you grab insights and then you do rule-based manually personalization. And these are e-commerce websites with data scientists and the growth-oriented marketers. The fourth level is you have the big data and you can automatically recognize the patterns and create clusters of customers from first-party data and do rule-based manual personalization. To give you an example, so you can manually define the segments of the highest paying customers, or if you are using a some sort of segmentation based on RFM, retention, frequency, and monetary value. RFM, if you want to hear more about it, I've wrote a lot of materials over this. I even have a guide, a PDF guide that can help you to implement it. So you have this RFM scoring, and you can use it to define some strategies. Okay, let's do something for the customers which are spending more than, I don't know, $500, which bought more than 3 times, and their total revenue, their total lifetime value is, I don't know, like this, $1,000 US. So let's define some scenarios so that we can monetize, or we can build some loyalty programs towards them. The 5th level, you have the big data. You automatically recognize the patterns, and you create clusters not only from your database of customers, but also from 2nd and 3rd party data, but you still do manually personalization. So still rule-based. So some people, some human beings, let's say, are sitting together in a room, and they are brainstorming, and they decide, let's do this, this, and that. So mainly, we don't have let's say we have the mathematical model of the cost of our business, of our e-commerce. We know that our customer acquisition cost is such and such. We know that our retention rate is like this. We know that we can afford to do this and that, but we still use the human beings, yeah, ourselves, our own brains, even together or individually, to define what to do to which segment of customers. So we've managed to unify the customer profile. We've managed to grab patterns from data. So our customer intelligence platforms is throwing us challenges. So what should you do with this group of high-paying customers coming from this city, which are having an NPS score of 85? Do you want to do something special to them? And you manually decide, okay, let's personalize this through our system. So this is something that you can do right now with Omniconvert. So you can grab all this data, you can aggregate them. You don't have all the data visualization systems, but you can do this, and of course you can see the outcomes of your personalization. So this is our strongest point, the fact that we allow marketers to come up with real actions. So after they've observed patterns, after they've recognized patterns, and they've got some insights, they can see for themselves if this is providing value. So how the rule-based personalization really looks. So you grab all these data sources, like you have the traffic source with weather, temperature, with GTM data layer attribute, with answers to some previous surveys, with, I don't know, UTM parameters because they came from such and such campaign, and with their operating system, and you mix all these things, and you can define some personalized approach. So at their next visit, or if they do this kind of action, you can change that. So this is something like, welcome back, John. How does product name went for you? How satisfied are you? Or it's raining outside. Grab this type of products. Recommended, automatically recommended. So this is somehow rule-based personalization. And the 6th level is something that I presume 1% of e-commerce players are using. So they have this smart big data. They automatically track and manually understand the unified customer profile, and they adapt in real time. So mainly they don't use their brains anymore to decide what to do. And the next level is a black box. So mainly no human intervention. So no e-commerce has done that yet. So to automatically track the behavior, to automatically understand and recommend and adapt to each customer profile according to the demographics, to the weather conditions, to everything, all the environment, all the data sources, all the data points that the business has around that customer profile, and to automatically deliver the right product through the right channel at the right time without human intervention. So if you want to visualize this, it's something like RankBrain from Google. So there's no Google engineer right now deciding, okay, let's change the algorithm, the ranking algorithm with this. Let's take into account the bounce rate of the landing page from the link that we are placing on the second page. No. So mainly the RankBrain right now identifies certain criteria and inserts them automatically without any engineer even noticing. So that's where it got, and that's where the e-commerce will go as well. So there are some endangered online marketing jobs right now. The banner designer, the merchandiser. Why the banner designer is endangered? Because instead of staying there, instead of having a person to stay there and to get some briefs from the product managers, like create some banners for this category that we are going to promote on our Facebook ads or whatever, the system is going to automatically decide how the banners will look, what type of products, what call to actions, and it's going to automatically optimize the look and feel of the banners. The next online marketing job is the merchandiser. So there will be no need for a human being to do a deep diving into data and to decide what products to push to which person, because the AI is gonna understand everything. So mainly that's another job which is in danger. We don't need humans. We will not need humans anymore to do this assortment. The other one is the ad campaign manager. So imagine that the advertisement right now is rule-based. So we decide, let's set this budget to this channel on this time because we have this campaign. So that's another marketing job that it's gonna disappear. I don't know if this is gonna be till 2020, but for sure it's not gonna be economically valid anymore to have a person to do a work job and to get paid instead of having an AI to do this. Another job which can disappear is the junior digital marketer. So mainly the marketers which are not there, you know, which are not knowledgeable and which are not very data driven, and they are not understanding the landscape, they're not going to be useful anymore. So mainly the marketing, I think the jobs which will stay in the marketing are more related with emotional copywriting, but this is going to be eventually replaced as well. So mainly we have AI that is now composing music and writing books. So what if a computer could be more creative or more persuasive than a digital marketer? And of course, the other thing is the demand generation specialist. So the guy that actually understands where to find the right audience to push its campaigns. Okay, so let's figure out something. Let's take a look to all the value chain of an e-commerce. So let's take a look at the demand generation, at the website optimization, at merchandising, assortment, stock management, retention, customer support, and fulfillment. These are actually vital to any e-commerce business. So let's name a single one of these areas which can't be 100% automated thanks to AI. So demand generation, the machines are already doing it for e-commerce. So mainly they can even push branding campaigns, not only doing campaigns for attracting visitors, but also deciding and handling a budget so that the awareness and the engagement with our brand or with our e-commerce is the highest. Then website optimization will be able to use machines to do all the things that we want according to our target. So if the target is increase the conversion rate or decrease the bounce rate, they can do a lot of tests and the machine can decide what to do and where. But in the first phase, of course, the creative optimization, like the copy and other stuff, will be still made by human beings, let's say. Merchandising. So why should I need the person to do this? So the assortment, we can invent the technology, and we can craft a technology that learns for itself what kind of products to buy and from which supplier in real time, so that we are matching the demand with our offer. The assortment is the same thing. Stock management, we can have AIs that are far more better than ourselves as humans, because we are somehow disconnected. So in order, maybe we should clearly understand that artificial intelligence means that we'll have a huge amount of computing power to get all the decisions and to automatically do testing and learning in real time what works and what's not working, according to the landscape, to all the things. Retention is the same thing. So mainly it's understanding behavior, understanding the patterns, understanding the emotional triggers, and crafting things, crafting programs, so that you're having the best support, the best products at the right time, according to things that you are not even yet aware that you're gonna need. So, and the customer support is the same thing. So things like chatbots, Mark Fidelman is gonna talk about this in a future presentation, and fulfillment as well. So we are having self-driving cars. Why shouldn't we have self-driving trucks or drones that can deliver a certain package to a certain profile according to his geolocation? So that's highly doable with artificial intelligence as well. So mainly that was the things that I wanted to focus your attention on. If you have any type of questions, please add them here. We are on our own pace as a platform. That's what's our name stating, Omniconvert. So we are in this rule-based era, where we are allowing marketers to do A/B testing and optimization, to do actionable surveys, to do real-time web personalization, to use rule-based advanced segmentation based on what they are understanding, and to also use overlays. But the outcome and our vision as a company is to empower e-commerce websites with this new AI technology, and we are working towards this thing. So who we are, what's behind the cockpit? We are 35 real people. We are passionate about marketing and technology and how to mix them, and we are aiming to develop the easiest and the best growth marketing platform for e-commerce growth. We are backed by one of the leading European technology venture capital firms, part of the Draper network. It's 3TS Capital Partners, and our product is already used all over the world. We have users from more than 60 countries already, and we have 17,000 users. So that's why we are working with a lot of big and small companies such as Avon, T-Mobile, OLX, Samsung, ING, EMAG, and you name it. So thank you. I also have a gift for you. You can use eCom Day 2017 to get a free account for 600,000 tested views with Omniconvert. So I'm looking forward to answer to your questions. Just a second, because unfortunately my computer is not working so good. Okay. Yep, here I am. So if you have questions, I'm all yours. So Talia, she's stating that she's going to be out of a job soon. I don't think it's going to be that fast, Talia. I hope we're going to be alive when this is going to be for real. So guys, if you have questions, that's your chance. So I think Cosmin is answering that all the jobs at some point in internet marketing will disappear by 2050 if the AI prediction is valid. Yeah, that's for sure. So we are somehow unaware about how fast this curve is. So we are analyzing things based on what happened in the last 10 or 20 or 30 years, but the pace is much more dynamic, much more accelerated. So things are going on much more faster these days. What type of skills we should have as marketers? I think there are two things. First is the ability to adapt. So mainly to understand data and to adapt. So to change things. The ability to change things is a primary skill for marketers. So understand the data, what's going on over there, how the customers are doing, and still we are better than AI to understand the emotions of human beings. So mainly we can feel each other, you know. But in order to understand what's going on, you should take into account that it's something like a new species. So the technology, which is made out of minerals, not the organic matter, is a totally different thing. So they have the ability to synchronize and to focus completely on doing a task. But we as human beings, we are kind of having this right brain approach where we are jumping from one feeling to another. So we as marketers will still be the interface, the human interface between each other, because we will still be the buyers of the goods. But things are going to change dramatically. I mean, what it was in I don't know, Frank Herbert's or Isaac Asimov science fiction books, now we can see it. So in 20, 30, 40 years from now, things are going to transform like this. We have another question from Mike. I originally saw Omniconvert about 4 or 5 years ago when it was in its early release stage. Can you speak about how's it changed in that time? What's been your focus and main goal for Omniconvert? So our focus, I was a marketer. So I was struggling as a marketer to be able not only to observe the data from Google Analytics, but also take action in real time. So to personalize. I've actually crafted Omniconvert for me as a marketer, which was so frustrated to see lots of opportunities and waste a lot of money on traffic, to be able to change the website in real time and get the outcome that was there. So it's like I was always leaving money on the table. And my focus hasn't changed till that moment. It's only that my level of know-how and development power changed. So at that moment, we've shipped the product, which was unable, but which was not ready to go to all the market, but it was ready for me as a small marketer. And in the meantime, we've transformed it a lot. We've gave it the ability to plug into various, we've integrated with a lot of other data. We've improved our editor so that you can do A/B testing without too much help from IT, even though at the end you will still need some very good skills as a front end, because all the crazy ideas you will at the end need a front end to develop them with our code editor as well. So mainly right now the product is much more simple, much more easy to use. It's adapted to the knowledge that we've grabbed from thousands of users, and now has also the ability to segment data based on a lot of other metrics. Like all the metrics you can imagine, we can grab them and we can push lots of experiments in real time. So we have customers which are having 40 million page views, and they are having, for these 40 million visitors, they have like 200 experiments in real time, so that they can craft the best version of their website to grab the I think this is the most important metric, which is called the revenue per visitor, right? So that's the end. How much money are you getting from each visitor? So that my focus was to not only ship a product, but solve the real need of a marketer, because I was struggling at that time, and nowadays we've managed to ship this product. Okay, so do we have other questions? I think not. I think, yeah, there are like, no. So those were all the questions. I do remember you that this is a part of a marathon of presentations. So up next is going to be Sam from HubSpot. And I hope he was actually in a desert. He transmitted a Facebook Live recently, so hopefully he got out of that desert. Thank you for listening to me. If you want to see the presentation, for the ones which haven't seen it from the beginning, take a look over there. If you want to use today only eCom Day 2017 to register and to see what Omniconvert can do for your business, and I have a surprise for you, because in a few months we'll release something outstanding regarding the machine learning. And yeah, thanks a lot for having me, and see you next.